The USO keeps America's military members connected to family and home throughout their service, and tonight, a thankful veteran is giving back.
In tonight's Zevely Zone, Jeff meets a Fletcher Hills couple that proves big gifts can come in tiny packages.
I love the cocoa on the table in the living room.
It's Christmas time inside this classic Craftsman, and gifts of detail are all around.
Very popular is the fishbowl. Cat trying to grab the fish.
To understand why Steve Loeffler and his wife Deborah would 9 of these dollhouses, you have to go back to 1986 when she said to him,
"All I've ever wanted was a dollhouse."
Yeah.
Okay, and so I said, okay.
Steve spent 34 years in the Navy, but before he retired as a Rear Admiral, Deborah made a deal.
I always say that Steve builds and I buy.
If she was going to follow her husband around this big world, she'd do it collecting miniatures.
This is what being a military spouse is all about. You know, it's teamwork, I say.
This Craftsman was inspired by the historic Marston House near Balboa Park. Is this real slate?
Yes.
And that's real mahogany.
And that's real mahogany.
The roof has 1,300 cedar shingles, and don't get me started on the garden. If you're wondering why the tomato plant's doing so well, it's because it's been well watered and fertilized. Even the paint is Frank Lloyd Wright approved, all 4 coats of it.
This is what a perfectionist does, and this is the quality that's in that
Well, I'm
house.
a frustrated architect. I started architecture for a couple of years at Penn State, and then, Vietnam came along.
It was in Vietnam in 1968 when Steve found the USO.
It just so happened that Bob Hope came through with a whole bevy of very beautiful young ladies.
In order to give back, Steve and Deborah are donating their dollhouse to a USO silent auction.
And there won't be another one. This is the last one for charity.
The bowl of fruit is from England, the handcrafted art from France, yet it's the Starbucks coffee cup
But that just seems to get oohs and ahs.
that steals the show.
I'm not quite sure why, but it does.
Talk about a hero. Steve spent a lifetime serving his country and making his wife happy.
Just hope you don't have to start building these things.
In the Zevely Zone, Jeff Zevely, CBS News 8.
I love all the detail. I have to say the Starbucks cup caught my attention too because of the whipped cream on top and the straw and everything.
Details everything in those things. It just lets you lose time and just really fall into that world. I love the frustrated architect part of him as well. That's fun.
Beautiful. Those pieces are collected all over the world too. In fact, Steve and Deborah spent more than 600 hours designing and building that dollhouse. It's going to be one of many items auctioned off. You can own it at USO San Diego Stars and Stripes Gala on Saturday, May 20th. If you would like ticket information, just click on our hot button at CBS8.com. Wonderful event.